Welcome to Study Session 14, Shadow Prices. Introduction. The accounting price is most often different from economic price. While the accounting prices are usually expressed in terms of the actual market price, the economic prices are expressed in terms of opportunity cost. Shadow prices are described in the context of economic price, that is, in line with opportunity cost price. Meaning of shadow prices. Shadow prices have been defined in different ways by different authors. Tinbergen defined it for the first time in 1954 in these words: shadow prices are prices indicating the intrinsic or true value of a factor or product in the sense of equilibrium price. These prices may be different for different time periods as well as geographically separated areas and various occupations in the case of labor. They may deviate from market prices. In 1958, Tinbergen defined shadow prices as those that correspond to intrinsic values and that would prevail. 1. The investment pattern under discussion were actually carried out, and 2. Equilibrium existed on the markets just mentioned, that is, labor, capital, foreign exchange market. This definition is clear and exhaustive, but is silent about the behavior of accounting prices over time. According to Fleming and Feldstein, shadow price is any price other than observed market price. An adjusted market price could be regarded as a shadow price. A UN report defined shadow price in terms of the opportunity cost of the factor of production. The shadow price of an output such as capital, labor, or foreign exchange represents its opportunity cost or the cost to the economy that will result from a reduction in its supply by 1 unit. A factor that is expected to be in short supply should have an accounting price higher than its market price, while one that is surplus should have an evaluation that is lower than the market price. Quayum, however, defines shadow price in terms of the marginal productivity of factors of production. According to him, shadow price reflects the values of the marginal productivity of a factor when a selection of technique has been made which produce the maximum possible value of output. E. Nation defines shadow prices in the simplest form. According to him, shadow or accounting price is the price the economist attributes to a good or factor on the argument that it is more appropriate for the purpose of economic calculation than its existing price, if any. All the definitions given so far show that shadow price is not the same with the market price. It is a price other than the observed market price, to borrow from the word of Fleming and Feldstein. In some texts, shadow prices and accounting prices are used interchangeably. Accounting prices are shadow prices that meet a certain standard of administrative feasibility. For example, if the price of petrol is strictly determined on marginal cost basis for different geographical environment, different shadow prices would be derived for each geographical environment. For instance, the prices of petrol vary continuously with distance from the refinery. To avoid the problem which may result from the administering different petrol prices within a city, some zoning of the prices may be introduced. The price reflecting this zonal variation is the accounting price. In this circumstance, it might be laid down that not more than 3 separate shadow prices should be used. The selected shadow prices to represent others are regarded as the accounting prices. Accounting prices are used in economic calculation. Shadow prices versus market prices. While market prices are the observed prices to exchange commodities freely, shadow price is any price other than an observed market price. According to our former definition, shadow price is an adjusted market price, though not every adjusted price is necessarily a shadow price. Adjusted may mean shadow price if it reflects social valuation. Market prices are defective in some situations in representing an appropriate substitution ratio. They are not regarded as shadow price because of the distortions in the market prices. The major causes of such distortions are: 1. A situation of imperfect market for goods and services and for factors, for example, monopoly situation. 2. Other distortions such as externality effect, increasing return to scale public goods measure of social benefit and cost. 3. Anticipated changes in supply and demand, such as when the economy is growing rapidly and the market mechanism fails to adjust as rapidly as possible. If the major causes of distortion mentioned above are removed, market prices will represent the shadow price. This is to say that if perfect competition prevails, market price would represent the value of marginal exchange on commodity substitution. The greater the degree of imperfection, the more the market price diverges from equivalence with marginal cost, vis-a-vis the shadow price. Market distortions are very common in developing countries, hence there is a need for shadow prices. But shadow prices have not been commonly used in the developing countries because of the lack of adequate data for its computation. This is the end of study session 14. Thank you.